I just spoke to a guy for several hours today.
Yep.
Sent out an order form, everything. Nice building, over $100,000.
Awesome.
And he emails me back saying, my wife looked online and she saw some bad reviews. So I basically said to him, look, I said, to make 100% of the people happy 100% of the time is very difficult. I said, but anyone who has a review online has been looked after. The problem is once it's online, you have to pay to get it taken off, and we refuse to do that.
Yeah.
Right? I took it a step further, and he's got his company's reviews 3.4 out of 5. So I sent him an email, and I said, look, I said, I didn't know you before we started talking. I said, I couldn't have trusted you before I didn't know you. I didn't know your product. I said, but now that I've got rapport with you and we've spoken, I know who you are, I can trust you. I said, I don't make assumptions before I speak to people. I said, you know me now. I said, your review is a 3.4 out of 5. I said, I assume that you give the best service possible and that you've looked after everyone who wasn't satisfied. I said, I just wanted to reiterate what I was saying, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And my question to you is, what else can I do to get this guy?
Stay calm.
Fabulous rapport.
Yeah, stay calm at this point, okay? I like everything you did. One thing I would add to that, like I did some private coaching for a group that was selling super high-end luxury condominiums in St. Louis. And they got a little bit of a murder problem in St. Louis, right? And what we talked about was being calm, cool, and collected. As with any major city, right, there's going to be crime. Also, as with every major city, there's great things about the city, right? What is it about being in St. Louis that drew you to wanting to live in the city? Well, I want to be able to watch ball games. We're season ticket holders. My wife actually works at the Federal Reserve Bank. Parking there is a nightmare. She'd like to be able to walk to work over to the Fed, right? Cool. Does it make sense for you to sign the lease agreement here, right? We got it. So one of the things, keep this in your hat of, as with every major company, we sell thousands of buildings a year, right? There's going to be a few da-da-da-da-da. However, that being said, and you might want to, I know I'm not coaching the whole group yet. This is kind of your secret weapon, but the whole group needs to get off their butts and start asking. Same way that Isaac asked for the video testimonial when somebody goes, oh, thank you, man, I got my building up. It's sweet, just in time. You wouldn't believe it. They rolled out, everything was done. Snow here started to hit. Boom. This is going to be my first winter with this building. This is amazing. That is so awesome. You couldn't do me a small favor, could you? Sure, what is it? If you could just pop over to Google and just write whatever you'd like, just a couple sentences on what you like best, right? Just give it a star rating. Don't say, could you give me 5 stars? Okay, that's gross. That's disgusting. There's so many surveys have ruined the world. And I used to work in the survey business, so I'm guilty of part of this. If you could just go on Google and give me a 5-star rating and say you're ecstatic, don't do that. Say, if you could head over to Google, if you just search our business name, you'll see the My Business page over on the right-hand side there. If you could just give it a star rating, say what you like best about us and working with me, man, it would truly, truly make my day. This is the kind of stuff that our leadership looks at, and this is the kind of stuff that really helps me go to bat for my clients. Yeah, absolutely, I'll do it right now, right? Keep the assignment. So that way, when you guys do have negative reviews, I want them, for every 1 negative review, I'd like 30 to 40 positive ones. Then it's just one crazy person, right? If the room is empty and one crazy person is yelling, right? Let's say you're trying to give a concert and the room is 3 people listening to the concert and one of them is yelling, play some Skinnerd, man, you stink. It's like, is this band any good? But if you're Taylor Swift and you have 70,000 people in an arena going, oh my God, Taylor Swift, and one person goes, play some Skinnerd, man, you're going to have 152 crying teenage girls, right, pummel that person. Because this is the same thing I want in your reviews, right? I want a bunch of Swifties going. Now, one thing, Mark, that you can do is what? Now that we've had today's coaching call, you can start asking for video testimonials of your own. You could keep those maybe.
I call the clients in the area that this guy is looking to build, and I spoke to several of them, and I said, look, I said, I would never ask you to say anything that wasn't untrue. I'm hoping that the service levels I gave you and the product speak for itself. They were very pleased. I said, if this person gives you a call, can you just answer questions they have and reiterate what you told me? They said, Mark, I'd love to, not a problem.
Perfect. Now though, Mark, let's moving forward, let's start trying to collect these. Point your phone at your face and say what you like best about working with me. That way, the next time this does come up, you can say, listen, use my St. Louis. As with any major city, as with any major buildings company, we do thousands of buildings every month. From time to time, there's going to be some people that say some stuff, right? For whatever reason. Some of the time, it's not even, and I'll be honest, some of the time, it's not even people we did buildings with. And by the way, that's true, Mark. Some of the time, people don't pass the credit check, and they're like, I'm going to go in and write a flamer on this business, and it's not even a client, right? And you can kind of nudge that. Some of the time, we can't even figure out who it was, and it doesn't make sense because the things don't add up. But here's the thing. Here's what I'd like to do. Okay, I want to text you over a couple videos that I received from clients here recently that worked with me. A few of them very similar buildings to yours. Can I text these over to you? What's the best mobile number? And then you've got those saved in your phone and just send it over. And it's like, Bob, hey, my name is Bob. I really like working on vintage cars. Man, Mark is my guy. If you need a building, Mark's my guy, right? And then there's another one. Hey, my name is Skip Turner. We do attachments for skid loaders. And in the past, we would have had to spend 30 grand on storage, right? Now we've got our own building. Mark's my guy. Now all of a sudden, Mark, you could start separating yourself from the company and being like, my customer, right? Let me send you a few things on what my customers say.
I like it. It's good. Thank you.
Yeah, but here's the thing. This is one of those that it's like real easy to talk about, but none of us do it. And I'm sorry, some of the reason why I've made millions of dollars in sales is not because I was the smartest or even the hardest worker. I was just willing to do work without instantaneous payoff. And this is a perfect example of that. By you asking somebody to take their phone and point it at your face, Bob's going to probably send me one right now. Isaac's going to send me one right now. Am I going to close a deal because of those? Nope. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe somebody's going to come in and be like, hey, we're also, they don't compete with you, Bob. I would never work with anybody that competes with Bob. Kidding. But they're going to be like, oh my God, Bob is exactly like me. I don't know when this is going to pay off, but I'm going to ask, right? Same thing back to our original. I don't know when making these calls, letting people know who I am and what we do is going to pay off, but I know it's healthy. So I'm going to take these vitamins every day. And once you get an arsenal of, even for you, I have 1,000, but I've been doing this a while. Even if you guys got 4, it's a great start. And then don't rest on those laurels, right? Just keep asking everybody. Put them somewhere. Put them in the cloud. Don't keep them in your phone that if you lose at the Taylor Swift concert, oh my God, my testimonials are gone. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you won't know it yet. Those video you get a video testimonial from Isaac, it's worth more than the phone it's stored on. So make sure that they're stored. Guys, also, what do we have here? A community. Might be a good idea to make a post on the community page and be like, hey, does anybody want to trade testimonials, right? We are all a group that can testify to the fact that the rest of the people on these calls have their customers' best interest in mind, want to do better, right? Understand our customers' current situation, are not high pressure. Trade each other stuff, right? Let's help each other get ourselves out of obscurity. Put that, instead of a picture of your tacos on your Instagram, put that, right? Put a testimonial. I'll send you one. Put one from me going, hi, if you need a building, Mark is your guy. Okay, Mark will take the time. He will slow down in the beginning to learn exactly what's going on in your situation to make sure you've got the right building. Take it from me, okay? Call Mark. Mark, I'm happy to give you one.